Okay, hi everybody. Today we are going to be determining if three sides form a triangle, or more specifically, if they form a right triangle. We're going to be talking about two theorems, the triangle inequality theorem and the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. All right, our first theorem, the triangle inequality theorem, it basically says the following. Okay, the sum of two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. So when you add up any two of the sides together, that sum, that total has to be bigger than the third side. Let's go right to an example. Down here, do the sides 3, 4, and 5 form a triangle? Let's test that theorem. So I'll pick two sides, 3 plus 4. Okay, if I just use side 3 and side 4, which side remains? Side 5. So 3 plus 4 must be greater than 5. 3 plus 4 is 7. Is 7 greater than 5? Yes. So that order of doing it satisfies the triangle inequality theorem. However, all three sides must satisfy this rule. So we have to add them in different pairs and test if they're greater than a different side for each time. So if I just use 3 and 4, I'm gonna mix things up this time, and I'm gonna use 4 and 5, okay? So 4 plus 5 has to be greater than that third side, which is 3. 4 plus 5 is 9. Is 9 greater than 3? It is, so that one checks. And then the last combination I'm gonna do is 3 plus 5. That has to be greater than 4. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is greater than 4. So when all three combinations check out, to answer this question, do the sides 3, 4, and 5 form a triangle? The answer is yes, okay? And the reason being that they satisfy the triangle inequality theorem. Example 2, do the sides 3, 4, and 9 form a triangle? Now we got 3, 4, and 9. So let's start with 3 plus 9. That has to be greater than 4. 3 plus 9 is 12, and that is greater than 4, so that checks. Let's try 3 plus 4 should be greater than the third remaining side, which is 9. 3 plus 4 is 7. Is 7 greater than 9? No. So right away we can stop. We don't have to keep going, because once it fails once, it's going to fail, like it can't form a triangle. So to answer this question here, do the sides 3, 4, and 9 form a triangle? No, they do not. Okay? And let's go down to example 2, because this one's a little bit tricky and I want to make sure you see this one. You can put this in your notes. You can sketch it. 8, 4, and 12. Pick two sides. 12 plus 4 has to be greater than 8. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 is greater than 8. 12 plus 8 should be greater than 4. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 is greater than 4. 8 plus 4 should be greater than 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Is 12 greater than 12? No. So this does not satisfy right here. It's not a true statement. If the symbol was greater than or equal to, if it was this symbol here, then that would be a true statement. But it's not. It has to be greater than, or as you see in the picture here, something like this will happen where it's not going to reach, okay? So unfortunately, example number 2, it does not form a triangle. I just want to show you that so you understand when it's equal to, it's a no-go. Okay. In your notes, you can draw a little squiggly like this to divide your paper, or you can start a new sheet. Now we're going to move into Pythagorean theorem. Please draw this triangle. Okay. Right triangles have a right angle, which is 90 degrees. in your diagram, I want you to label the 90-degree angle. Okay, the shortest sides are called legs. They form a right angle. So here's the right angle. These two sides here and here are called our legs. The longest side is called the hypotenuse. This is the slanted side across from the right angle. So there's your right angle. That long side right there, that is the hypotenuse. What kind of name is that, hypotenuse? Okay. So the Pythagorean theorem basically says if we are given any two sides of a right triangle, we can calculate the length of the third side using the theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay. Now where the a, b, and c go, it's kind of crucial to using the formula correctly. You want to make sure that your c is your longest side. That's the one you should label first, okay? A and b don't really matter, but C has to be in C's position because you see in the formula, C is on one side by itself, okay? A and B, you could do B plus A, same thing as A plus B, doesn't matter. But for rule of thumb, so we're all consistent, A typically is the shortest side. So I'm gonna call this A in my picture, and I'm going to call this B, okay? Now the steps, you should write down these steps. I simplify them for you. Step 1, draw and label. All you gotta copy down is this, draw and label. Step 2, label A, B, and C. Step 3, write your formula. Step 5, substitute. Step 4, substitute. Step 5, solve. Now for today, you're not gonna have to draw today because everything's gonna be drawn for you. However, when we do word problems, the next class, we're gonna have to draw like little ladders and little airplanes, and we're not gonna be able to label A, B, and C unless we have a drawing. So we're gonna have to draw those by hand. We'll sketch them. I don't expect you to draw an airplane. All right, so let's apply those steps we just learned to an example. In this example, we're gonna be solving for the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is missing, as you can see. So we don't have to do step 1, it's already drawn for us. Let's jump to step 2 where we label the shortest side. I'm messing up. Label your C first, label your hypotenuse. That's my C. My shortest side is my A, and the other side, that's my B, okay? Step 3, write your formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So what number am I using for A? I'm using 6. 6 squared plus B. The number for B is 8. 8 squared equals, C is unknown, so I could use X, but I'm gonna just keep it consistent and use C. So C squared. Now we have a formula, 6 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. We're gonna put this into Math Papa, and it's going to give us an answer for C. It's going to say C equals 10 or negative 10. Now we're doing dimensions here. We're looking for length. Length can't be negative, not in this dimension. So our answer is just going to be C equals 10, okay? In this next example, we're solving for a missing leg, okay? Again, we don't need to do A, B, and C. Well, we don't need to do step 1 and draw because they labeled it for us, okay? So in your journal, just copy this down. A equals blank, B equals 8, C equals 17. All right, step 2, label A, B, and C, no need in this problem, it's already separated. Step 3, the formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. For A, it's unknown, so I'm gonna use A squared plus B is 8. 8 squared equals C is 17. 17 squared, okay? Again, we are going to put this equation here into Math Papa. Let me do this one with you. Here's the little arrow to get the exponent, okay? Squared. You see it looks weird when you're typing it, but if you look on top of your box, it's gonna show it properly. Make sure it looks like what's on your paper. Plus, I forgot it, 8 squared. 8, get your little arrow, squared, equals 17. Get your little arrow, squared, calculate it, and we get a equals 15 or negative 15. Again, the negative answer is not relevant. Can't have negative length. It's just not possible. So we're going to use 15. My answer is A equals 15. Okay? Do not forget, you have an assignment for today. Here's the link. The link is on the Google Classroom in the stream. Good luck.